Greetings to all my channel subscribers. Today we're going to talk about XRP. Another chart analyst is calling for $25 XRP this year. And so just the other day, I was highlighting the perspective from an analyst that was calling for about the same level, potentially $27, while another analyst is targeting $25. And so while I do not know where the price is going to go, I don't pretend to know. I'm not one of the chart guys. I just don't want to be. That would bore me to tears. I do appreciate the perspective of the analysts who put in the time to analyze the chart and put their necks on the line by making predictions and setting expectations for their followers. But I will just say this, the idea of that happening sounds plausible. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. But that doesn't sound crazy to me. Of course, the higher you go in price by each cent and each dollar, I'm going to be less confident. That's only natural, but we've seen some gigantic bursts. So it kind of depends on how heated the crypto market on the whole gets, because the market circulates throughout the whole damn thing. So if it does end up circulating, or if it does, well, if the market does get heated to its efficient degree and then it circulates to XRP, yeah, it's certainly possible. So anyway, I'll share with you the perspective, but before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics. But just as a hobby and just for fun, I'm going to take a sip of water. Sorry, folks, it comes out of nowhere. But I do these in one take for better or worse. If I say something stupid, it is what it is. When I started this channel, I just decided I hit record. And that's it. I just want it raw. Whatever it is, I want it to be like this. Imagine that you and I are sitting on a patio, having a beer, having a talk. I want it to be like that, like raw. We're just sharing ideas, sharing thoughts. That's pretty much it. So apologize for the cough, but that's the nature of the channel. So yeah, anyway, XRP 52 cents, a little shy of $0.53. Bitcoin at $42,311. You got the market cap for the asset class, $1.65 trillion. Crypto fear and greed index at 55 out of 100, which isn't too surprising. I mean, we've kind of been moving sideways the last couple of days after getting a boost up, getting out of the upper 30, triple zeros for Bitcoin. And XRP has followed in kind as far as what to expect next. Here you have chart analyst, Credible Crypto. He shared this Bitcoin price chart and he wrote the following: finding some resistance at our local area of supply, which is logical as per my last update video. But we also seem to have completed a low time frame impulse to the upside as well. Impulses most often come in pairs, even if a move is corrective. So it makes sense to see a higher low put in here soon, followed by another impulse to the upside, which could take us back to our range highs. So may have to be a little patient and wait for tomorrow for the action to start.
Yeah.
And so, of course, obviously it gets boring for a while. A few days pass, but crypto can only range for so long. Nothing's going to stay there forever. One of the periods that stands out to me the most when it comes to boring sideways price action for XRP specifically was probably, I can't remember exactly which months, but it's probably like maybe July, August, September, somewhere there about in 2020. And for those of you that were there, you may recall, refresh your memory, XRP was just hovering around like what, the low 20-something cent range, maybe $0.25, somewhere around there. It just seemed like it was just never going to go. It's impossible. It's just there. It's so boring. But then it went, oh yes, November rolled around in 2020. It seemed like it may have been a matter of days. It was up from that range to like $0.80, which we hadn't seen literally in years at that point. So I know it always seems impossible. Of course, then the SEC lawsuit happened. So again, I know it always seems impossible, but it's impossible until suddenly reality shows you that it isn't impossible. Here's the perspective from XRP chart analyst, Dark Defender. He shared this perspective this morning. This is just an XRP price chart. And he wrote, "Hi all, I hope you all are well. Let's have an update on the daily time frame. XRP moved towards $52 and we expected the target area to be 0.86 cents. And XRP closed just above that level yesterday and had a break on the RSI. This is a great sign for XRP shortly to try the $0.60 resistance. The orange line is on top. I am happy to see our levels are precisely working, but of course we'll be more than happy to see XRP breaking 66.49 cents first and proceed with the initial Fibonacci target of wave 3 at $1.0.88. Our time is near, folks. And by the way, I will note that before XRP in 2020 ran up to about $0.80, the sentiment was not the best. It's worse now, I'd say. But to me, if anything, that's a sign that we might be bottoming out here. That's very frequently the case. But I remember in 2020, it's never going to happen. XRP, it's just going to be low for nothing's going to happen. And then it took all of like, what, 5 months or so for XRP to go from about 20 cents to $2. And that's with it being artificially suppressed in terms of price action because of the SEC. It went from about 20 cents to $2, tenfold increase. Rough, maybe. Well, a little bit less, but still, it happens fast when it happens, folks. That's why I keep saying the price action. Doing what it's doing now is not an indication that XRP will hit a new all-time high in the future or that it will go to zero. It's just moving with the rest of the doesn't. Another way of saying it is it doesn't mean anything in a vacuum. It just doesn't. And then we have this from is, so this is the analyst that I was referencing at the outset of the video. So you may recall there's a Greg Crypto, and he's been calling for a while now, XRP potentially to hit $27. He is not the only analyst who thinks that that range is what's most likely. Here you have chart analyst Leb Crypto, who's targeting something pretty damn close to that. He says 7 years of consolidation. Now, mind you, of course, I know it's been a little over 6 years since the all-time high, but he's thinking it's going to happen a little bit later this year. But it's crazy to think by the time that happens, it could be about 7 years. So yes, patience is required. And I know we would have seen it in 2021, not for the SEC, but still, we can't control that either way. Patience is required. That's life. It just is what it is, even if we hate it. And we do hate it. But after 7 years of consolidation, 2024 is XRP's year. Similar to the 2017 pump, but lower in terms of percent gains. Looking forward to seeing my $25 target hit sometime this year. P.S. I do think a big shakeout to $25 to still likely in Q1 or Q2 before the pump. Okay, so he's still an XRP bull, even though he thinks that there's a good chance we're going to be seeing much worse price action in the short term. Now, if you've been following my channel, I'm not afraid to share the positive and negative views from analysts. I share a perspective from a ton of analysts. My thought is just let's get them on the record. Let's find out who's right and who's wrong. As time passes, it's kind of fun. I like checking that stuff because I'm a crypto dork. Hopefully you guys are crypto dorks too. So you may have noticed if you've been watching my channel lately when I'm making videos that pertain to price. I've highlighted several analysts that are warning there is a possibility you could see like call it 28 cent XRP, or you could be seeing 34 cent XRP. So a fair bit lower than where we are now. And they're not doing that to scare people. They're just saying, hey, this is possible. Based on my analysis of the charts, that's the perspective now for many of them. From what I've seen, they think that it's most likely to occur if Bitcoin is leading the way. And I'd say that part makes sense. If Bitcoin is going to have a horrific crash, everything's going to go down. So then I'd say, okay, but he's saying on a macro level, even if so, it doesn't matter. He still firmly believes that what is most probable this year is $25 XRP, which again is something that I don't know if it's going to happen, but it always seems impossible when these high targets get hit well before they get hit. And then when they do, it just seems so obvious. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, oh, humans. And then there's another analyst, though, named Mirsky, who responded to Lev. Crypto seems to be a little bit skeptical. And he said, so $25, putting it at $1.25 trillion market cap, nearly $2.5 trillion market cap, fully diluted value. So obviously 1.25, that's just based on the circulating supply. But then if you include everything that's in escrow, which isn't considered to be in circulating supply, even though I dispute that, that's a different story, though. They're saying, yeah, 2.5 trillion. Yeah, to me, that doesn't sound crazy in the least. I've been calling for multiple coins to have trillion-dollar market caps and perhaps multi-trillion-dollar market caps for a long time. I was saying that back when the asset class was worth about 150 billion with a B, even back then I was like, yeah, we're going to have a multi-billion-dollar market cap at some point. And then we did, and it shrunk back down a bit. If you found this useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you're new, be sure to drop me a comment and click the subscribe button down below to enjoy more existing updates.